Welcome back, deep divers. Today we're going to get our hands dirty with restaurant cleanliness.
Ooh, sounds messy.
Well, not literally. We're going beyond appearances to see why this is so crucial to success, way more than you might think.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
For this deep dive, we've got this awesome guide from Menuviel, an online QR menu platform. It's basically their playbook for restaurant owners. And guess what's chapter 1? Cleanliness?
So they're really putting it front and center.
Totally. They actually say cleanliness equals success. Strong statement, right?
Yeah. I mean, we all know it's important, but how does that actually play out?
That's what we're digging into. What makes this link so strong?
Well, cleanliness hits a restaurant on so many levels. Think of it like a ripple effect. First up, the obvious one, health and safety rules.
Right. Got to stay on the right side of the law.
Exactly. Restaurants have all those EPA regulations, the Environmental Protection Agency. If you don't keep up, it can mean fines, closures, even legal issues.
Oof, that's a nightmare.
Nobody wants a surprise inspection to go south. But it's bigger than just avoiding trouble.
Okay, so what else is there?
It's about responsibility, right? To your customers, your staff, keeping everyone healthy.
Makes sense.
A spotless kitchen says, loud and clear, that food safety is priority number 1.
So it's about building trust, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That trust then flows into how customers see the whole place. Think about it. You walk into a restaurant.
Yeah.
What's that first thing you notice?
Well, if it's sparkling, I'm like, okay, good sign. But if it's even a little grimy, I start wondering what else they're not taking care of.
Exactly. That first impression is huge E. Cleanliness equals professionalism, attention to detail, all that good stuff.
And customers appreciate that.
Totally. And that leads to them being happy, coming back for more loyalty.
Which is gold for any restaurant. But this is where it gets even cooler. This guide says cleanliness isn't just about what customers see, it's about the food itself.
Oh, absolutely.
How so?
A sanitized environment, that's your key to stopping cross-contamination.
Right, keeping everything separate.
Exactly. Plus, proper food storage, no funky flavors from dirty equipment.
Ah, so it really does affect the taste.
Big time. And let's not forget a well-organized kitchen just flow WS better. People can work faster.
So clean kitchen equals tastier, safer food. I like the sound of that.
It's true. Plus, on the flip side, if you slack on cleaning, the financial hit can be rough.
Oh, I bet.
Equipment breaking down from grease, repair costs, maybe legal stuff from failed inspections. Ouch.
So good cleaning is actually saving you money in the long run.
Like insurance for your restaurant.
Okay, so we've established cleanliness is key why.
Yeah.
But how do we turn that into action? This guide has a whole checklist, but gotta admit, it's a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, it can seem like a lot, especially if you're new to the game, but they break it down nicely. Daily, weekly, monthly.
Oh, thank goodness. So no scrubbing the oven every single day.
Nope. Let's start with those daily tasks, front of house. It's all about that welcoming vibe you mentioned.
Right, making people feel good as soon as they step in.
Exactly. Wiping tables after each use, floors clean, especially high traffic spots.
Yeah.
And those high touch surfaces. Doorknobs, menus, anything everyone's grabbing.
Got to stay on top of those germs. What about the back, where the magic happens?
Kitchen is all about sanitation, stopping those cross-contaminations. Prep areas, countertop sanitized, sinks sparkling, all the equipment wiped down.
So daily is like the constant upkeep.
Yep, keeps things running smoothly. Now weekly, that's for deeper stuff.
Okay, bring on the heavy duty.
Ovens, grills, fryers, those workhorses that get really dirty.
Makes sense. Breaking it down like this makes it way less scary than monthly. Is there even anything left to clean by then?
Oh, there's a big one that often gets overlooked. Ventilation system.
You mean like the hoods and vents?
Exactly. Those are the unsung heroes of a clean, safe kitchen.
I admit I don't think about them much when I'm eating out.
But they're vital. Keep the air quality good, prevent fires too.
So it's a safety thing as well.
Big time.
Yeah.
You know what they say? Safety first.
Okay, so we know what to clean and when. But what about A to Delibio? What do we need in our arsenal?
Every restaurant needs its trusty cleaning kit. The basics are a must. Mops, buckets, brooms, those microfiber cloths.
I bet those get a workout.
Oh, yeah. But then you've got your cleaning chemicals, and this is where it gets specific.
Oh, right. Different stuff for different surfaces.
Exactly. Degreasers for the kitchen, glass cleaner, stainless steel cleaner. Each one has its own needs.
It's like a superhero's utility belt, a tool for every cleaning challenge.
Love that analogy. But with great cleaning power comes great responsibility. The guide mentions eco-friendly solutions are becoming super popular.
Which is awesome. Less harsh chemicals, better for everyone.
Right. And here's a pro tip. Organize your supplies by how often you use them. Makes everything smoother.
Keep those daily ones front and center.
Exactly. Now we've got our checklists, our tools, our green solutions. Are we forgetting anything?
Good question.
We've talked equipment, but what about the most important element? The people.
Ah, right. You can have all the fancy tools in the world, but without a trained staff, they're useless.
Exactly. That's what the guide stresses. You need standard operating procedures, SOPs.
What are those?
Basically step-by-step instructions for how to clean everything properly, takes the guesswork out, make sure everyone's doing it right.
So it's not just clean the kitchen, it's here's how you clean this oven step by step.
Precisely. No room for interpretation, keeps those standards high.
I can see how those are useful, but how do you make sure people actually follow them?
With good training, hands-on practice, let people try it out with the supervisor, role-specific training too, so everyone knows their area inside and out.
Make sense?
And of course, checklists. Always those checklists.
They really are the MVP of restaurant cleaning.
Totally. But training's just the start. You need accountability too.
Meaning?
Assign tasks clearly, use those checklists, do spot checks to see if it's done right, and reward people who are doing a great job.
It's about building that whole culture of cleanliness.
Exactly. Everyone from the chef to the dishwasher, everyone's part of keeping the place spotless.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Okay, we've covered a lot, but there's one enemy we haven't tackled yet. Waste management.
Yes, that can make or break you too.
How so?
It's not just about looking good. Improper waste, that's health hazards, pests, even environmental problems.
So where do we even start?
Safe disposal is number one. Separate food waste, use leak-proof bags, take the trash out often. And those grease traps,
Oh, yeah, those things.
got to keep those clean, prevent clogs, all that nasty stuff. Partner with a professional for disposal.
So you're not dumping grease down the drain.
Definitely not. And cleanliness around the garbage areas matters too. Nobody wants a stinky restaurant.
True. Plus, I bet that helps keep pests away.
Absolutely. But it's not just honey about disposal. It's about minimizing waste in the first place.
So like using less to begin with.
Exactly. Recycling, composting, figuring out ways to waste less food.
Being eco-friendly.
Exactly. It's all connected. Now, speaking of things that make a big impact on customers,
Oh, yeah, those first impressions.
the kitchen, the dining area, and of course the restrooms.
Those can be a deal breaker.
Totally. What are the key things to nail in each of these areas? These are the spots that really make or break the experience. In the kitchen, it's about a clean workspace. Surfaces sanitized, equipment cleaned after each use, everything in its place.
It's like having a clean desk helps you think better.
Exactly. Now, dining area, that should feel welcoming, comfortable. Tables wiped, floors clean, gleaming glassware, the whole ambiance inviting.
Makes you want to stay and relax.
And the restrooms, got to be spotless, well-stocked, no compromises there.
Agreed. Okay, those are the big ones, but what about those sneaky spots that harbor germs? The guide mentions high-touch surfaces.
Those are the things everyone's touched all day long. Doorknobs, light switches, payment terminals, germ magnets.
So sanitize, sanitize, sanitize.
Exactly. It's one of the easiest ways to stop germs from spreading. Now, we've talked about what to clean, how to clean, but in the real world, things don't always go perfectly right.
I know that feeling.
What are some common cleaning challenges restaurants run into? The one every owner dreads, pest infestations.
Ugh, I can imagine. Once those critters get in, it's a nightmare.
Totally. The guide says prevention is key. Seal food well, clean spills right away, trash out often, no standing water.
Basically, make it unappealing for those bugs.
Exactly. And a good pest control service is worth its weight in gold.
It's like an insurance policy against those unwanted guests. What else can go wrong?
Mold and mildew, that's a common one, especially kitchens and restrooms where it's damp.
Yeah.
It's not just ugly, it can be a health hazard too. Good ventilation is key. Wipe up spills, check for leaks, and use mold-resistant products.
So it's all about keeping things dry.
Right. Another biggie, odors.
Oh, yeah. Garbage areas, food storage.
Exactly. That can ruin the whole experience no matter how good the food is.
Agreed.
Frequent trash removal, cleaning those bins really well, odor absorbers, and good food storage practices, all important.
So it's not just about masking the smell, it's about stopping it from happening in the first place.
Exactly. And lastly, the battle every kitchen fights. Grease buildup.
Ugh, the nemesis of cleanliness.
Daily cleaning for splatters, Schedule those deep cleans, empty the grease traps, and use good degreasers. Stay ahead of it.
Prevention is key. Now, what if an owner is feeling totally overwhelmed by all this?
There's always backup. The guide mentions professional cleaning services.
Calling in the experts.
Exactly. They have the experience, the equipment, the know-how to handle those big jobs. Oven cleaning, floors, post-event cleanup.
It's like knowing when to DIY and when to call a plumber.
Exactly. It depends on the restaurant, the budget, the needs. But for those deep cleans, they can be lifesavers.
So it's about knowing your limits. What should you look for when hiring a cleaning service?
Experience in restaurants is huge EE. They got to understand the hygiene rules, all that.
No newbies allowed.
Right. Licensed and insured, that's a must. Protects you if anything happens.
Smart.
Look for customized plans, too. Every restaurant's different. They need to tailor it to you.
Makes sense.
And if eco-friendly is your thing, find a company that uses those solutions.
Definitely important nowadays. And I bet checking references, online reviews.
Always a good idea. See what other people are saying. Now, money-wise,
Yeah, what's the damage?
it varies, of course. Depends on size, what
Yeah.
you need, how often. But remember, professional cleaning can actually save you money down the line.
By preventing those bigger problems.
Exactly. It's an investment.
Okay, so those deep cleanings, are they really worth it?
They go above and beyond everyday cleaning. Hard-to-reach areas, built-up grime, thorough sanitizing.
It's like hitting the refresh button.
Exactly. Plus, they can make your equipment last longer, less wear and tear. And they can do it after hours, so no disruption.
Less downtime. That's good for business.
Plus, a sparkling clean restaurant makes a great impression on customers, shows you care.
So those deep cleans are a win-win. Now, we can't forget the elephant in the room, COVID.
Oh yeah, that changed everything.
Big time.
Yeah.
How do restaurants adapt to this new world of like hyper-cleanliness?
By embracing it, seeing it as a chance to shine.
Okay, I like that attitude. But practically speaking,
Be transparent. Customers are way more aware now. They want to know what you're doing to keep them safe.
so be upfront about your protocols.
Exactly. Show off those eco-friendly solutions, train your staff well,
Make it clear you take it seriously.
and go above and beyond. Air purifiers, contactless stuff, hand sanitizer everywhere.
Make those safety measures a selling point.
Exactly. And tell your story. Explain how you've adapted the solutions you found.
Make it personal. Connect with customers.
Precisely. Authenticity matters. Share that dedication to safety, and you build trust.
Okay, so we've covered a lot about cleaning, but the main takeaway for me is it's not just about looks.
It's deeper than that.
It's about showing you care, about quality, about respect for your staff and your guests.
It's about making people feel good about being in your space.
Which brings us to the last piece of the puzzle. Creating a cleaning schedule that actually works for your restaurant.
The master plan.
But restaurants are always changing. How do you keep your cleaning schedule up to date, make sure it's still doing its job?
That's where regular check-ins come in. Got to keep things flexible. A restaurant's needs, they shift all the time. Seasons change, menus change, even your staff might change.
Makes sense, so it's got to be adaptable.
Exactly.
Oh.
Review it often, every few months at least. Make sure it's still working for you.
So what are some signs that maybe it's time to revamp that cleaning schedule?
If your staff's always playing catch-up on cleaning, that's a red flag. Or if customers start complaining, that's a huge GE sign to take a look.
Customer feedback is gold. Now what about those curveballs life throws at you? Power outage, a pipe bursts.
Those are the hope for the best, plan for the worst moments.
Right. Gotta have a backup plan.
Think about what gets hit hardest in those situations.
Mm.
Fridges if the power goes out, stuff like that. Have a system ready to go.
A little pre-planning can save you a lot of headache later. Now, we've talked a lot about the practical stuff, but I'm curious, does a clean restaurant actually make the food taste better?
Ooh, that's interesting. You know, there's actually research on that.
No way.
Yeah. Studies show that people rate food higher when it's served in a clean environment.
So clean restaurant equals tastier food. Mind blown.
It's all about psychology, right? When it's clean, people trust the food more.
It's like that attention to detail extends to the food itself.
Exactly. It says, we care about doing things right.
So restaurant owners, listen up. Cleanliness is a secret weapon for happy taste buds. Speaking of secret weapons, can you actually market cleanliness?
Absolutely. Nowadays, people are way more aware of health and safety, right? They're looking for restaurants that take it seriously.
So it's become a selling point.
Big time. It's how you stand out, attract those customers who value it.
Okay, but how do you actually do that? Is it just putting up a sign, "We're clean"?
It's got to be more subtle. Weave it into your brand story. Talk about those eco-friendly cleaners you're using.
Yeah.
Highlight your staff training, those food safety practices.
So put it on your website, social media, even your menu.
Exactly. Show it off. Got a fancy new air filter. Brag about it.
Make cleanliness a badge of honor.
Exactly. And think about influencers, local press. They can help spread the word.
Get people talking.
And don't underestimate the power of those online reviews. Encourage happy customers to mention how clean it is.
Word of mouth is the best advertising. So basically, don't be shy about being proud of your cleanliness.
In this day and age, it's a must. It's not just about the food. It's about that whole feeling of safety and well-being.
It's part of the experience.
Totally. Okay, we've talked about the good stuff, but let's get real for a sec.
What happens
If you neglect cleanliness, what's the fallout?
Yeah, what are the risks?
First up, your reputation takes a hit. And in the social media age, bad news spreads fast.
One bad review about a dirty bathroom.
Boom, damage is done. And it's tough to come back from that.
People are quick to judge.
And once trust is gone, it's hard to win back. Which means customers are less likely to spend money with you.
So it hits you right in the wallet.
Exactly. Plus, those bad reviews scare away new customers too.
It's a downward spiral.
And then there's the legal stuff, the financial hit. Failing those health inspections, fines, closures.
That's scary stuff.
It can drain your resources, take time and energy to fight. Not worth it.
So the message is, cutting corners on cleaning will cost you in the long run.
Big time. It's penny wise and pound foolish. Good cleaning is an investment.
You couldn't agree more. Okay, so we've seen the dark side, but what about the flip side? Those hidden benefits of a really clean restaurant.
One often overlooked, employee morale.
Really?
People feel better when they work in a clean, organized space. It shows respect.
It's like saying you care about their well-being.
Exactly. Happier employees, they're more productive, they stick around longer.
And happy employees lead to happy customers. It's contagious.
Totally. Plus, a clean, organized kitchen just rokenes smoother. You waste less food, too.
Wait, how does cleaning prevent food waste?
When things are organized, you find stuff easier, rotate stock, less spoilage.
Ah, so you're using what you have.
Exactly. Plus, clean surfaces, equipment that helps prevent cross-contamination, which can lead to foodborne illness, and then more waste.
So cleanliness equals efficiency.
And don't forget sustainability.
Oh, right. We talked about those eco-friendly cleaners.
Using those shows you care about the planet.
Yeah.
And D, it often leads to more mindful practices in general.
So it's like a domino effect.
Cleanliness kicks off a whole chain reaction of good stuff. Happier people, more money, better for the environment.
It all comes back to that culture of care.
Exactly. Now, I know we touched on this before, but I think it's worth revisiting. The elephant in the room, COVID.
Yeah, that really shook things up.
For sure. Cleanliness went from important to absolutely essential.
Customer expectations have changed forever.
Big time.
Yeah.
So how do restaurants adapt to this new world of hyper-cleanliness? They need to see it as an opportunity, not a burden.
Okay, I like that, but HOW.
Transparency is key. Customers want to know what you're doing to keep them safe.
So be upfront about your protocols.
Exactly. Shout about those eco-friendly cleaners, the staff training.
Make it clear that you're taking it seriously.
And go the extra mile. Air purifiers, contactless options, hand sanitizer everywhere.
Turn those safety measures into a selling point.
Exactly. And tell your story. Explain how you've adapted the innovative things you're doing.
Make it personal. Connect with customers on that level.
Precisely. Authenticity matters. Share that dedication to safety, and you build trust, loyalty.
So it's not just about following rules, it's about going above and beyond.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap up, let's circle back to something we talked about earlier. Cleanliness is about more than just appearances.
It's about that deeper level of care.
Exactly. It shows your values, your dedication to quality, the respect you have for your staff and your customers.
It creates that feeling of, I'm safe and taken care of here.
And that's what makes a dining experience truly special.
So, as we close out this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about. In a world obsessed with safety and hygiene, how can restaurants use their cleaning practices to stand out, to attract those customers who value it most?
That's the challenge, right? How do you turn clean into a competitive edge?
Exactly. Because it's more than just, meeting the bare minimum.
It's about going above and beyond, turning cleanliness into part of your brand identity.
So don't just say you're clean, prove it.
Right. Show off those sparkling surfaces, talk about your eco-friendly choices.
Make it part of your story.
But actions speak louder than words, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Day after day, that commitment to cleanliness has got to show in everything you do.
It's got to be part of your DNA.
Because at the end of the day, a clean restaurant, it shows you care.
It shows that pride, that dedication to quality.
To creating an experience people will remember for all the right reasons.
And it goes beyond just serving tasty food.
It's about that feeling you get when you walk in, you know?
Yeah.
Like this is a good place to be.
Exactly. That sense of comfort, confidence.
Like they've got your back, they're taking care of you.
So to all our listeners out there, we challenge you. Go forth and create a sparkling, clean, th-riving restaurant.
Take those cleaning challenges head on, turn them into wins.
Make cleanliness your superpower.
Because in the restaurant world, it's not just about good food and service.
It's about creating an experience that's safe, healthy, and top-notch in every way.
And that all starts with cleanliness.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive. Until next time, stay curious and remember, a clean restaurant is a happy restaurant.